up to now. Because what I would say is that I was the luckiest guy in Africa who landed on this opportunity when I was in a foreign land. I knew about the opportunity in 2020, and I rejected the opportunity for 2 years.
Wow.
So when I was in the United States, I met a friend, and to make the long story short, we discussed a lot. But the problem was that we had barrier in language, because this friend of mine was a German guy, and we didn't manage to communicate well until I made my research. But I decided to start the business in 2023. So why did I decide to join the business in 2023? It's after losing 2 years, and on the third year, I saw someone cashing out, getting out with huge amounts of money, which I rejected. So I was very sad, but I had nothing to do. And I decided to leave America and came back home, and I brought the business for the first time in Uganda. So when I brought the business in Uganda, I met a few friends and we shared the opportunity. And I started the business with almost 8 people. But my friends, what I can tell you, it was not very easy because we lacked information. That's the first thing you have to understand. We lacked information. But now you guys, you have joined this business, you have a lot of information, there are a lot of Zooms, and you might find people not even caring to join such classes. This is very important. In the era of crypto, we have reached a very critical moment whereby most of us are going to regret for the chances that we didn't take. I would like to quote someone whom I like most, Jim Rohn, says, "Life does not give us what we deserve." I mean, life does not give us what we want, but it gives us what we deserve. If you want to make money in life, you cannot just sleep home. You cannot be jumping from one business to another, and you think you can make good money. But in Cryptex or Bytnex, if you take your time and give yourself a leave of 3 years, 2 years, 5 years, you are going to make a fortune. My dear brothers and sisters who are here, I've traveled the world, but I'm unlucky that I've never traveled to South Africa, despite the fact that South Africa is one of our best friends. They're good friends from Tanzania, but I've never traveled in that country. Even when I was going to Perth, I didn't pass that route. I passed through Singapore, but I think one day I'll be there. But what I'd like to say here is that most of us are skeptical. But I'm here to confirm to you that leave your skeptics at home and start the business right away. Because the first testimony that I can give you, since 2023, when I got this opportunity, I made it seriously. And up to now, I've made a team of over 20,000 members below me. I think it's more than 20,000, a team of more than 20,000. And I've made over, I think, 70,000 US dollars, even before cashing out my first contracts. So just imagine.
Which means only my coach is accepting a maximum of 3 donates.
Can I continue?
Yes, leader.
Hello?
Yes, please. Yes,
okay.
Please.
I'm just giving an imagination that, for example, one contract for 3 years, it will give you 35,000. But now look, I've made money that is even more than my first contract, which is to expire in just a few days from now, because I'm the first guy in Africa who joined Cryptex. So the first guy in Cryptex came from Tanzania, and it was me. So I've been spreading the message, but the most important thing is that we need to understand how to drive Cryptex or Bytnex. I need to confirm to you that there are some things that you have seen recently. For example, like the change of domain, the maintenance issue. For us, when we started Bytnex, there are times when even the system went off 7 days and we had no information. But we kept waiting and the system came back. And this is something I would like to talk about, because most of you, when you see the system has gone off, people start shouting and people start murmuring that, oh, now the business has gone, because they have a very bad experience. But in Cryptex, that is very normal. It is very normal. I would like to teach you something. Some of you don't understand this concept of Cryptex, and even maybe your upline has never shared with you something very important. Most of you may ask themselves, how can we be starting with $100 and you make $35,000 after 3 years? There are two concepts that you have to understand, or three. Number one, the compounding effect. Number two, the staking issue. But I would like you to note somewhere, when you wake up tomorrow or today, this night, take this concept in a normal way. That, for example, you are going for a loan in a bank. What are the procedures? And we should understand two concepts. Number one, there is a concept called DeFi, decentralized finance. And there's a concept called CeFi, centralized finance. These two concepts are the same, but they differ in timing. How? Decentralized finance is all about technology, that everything will be driven through technology. Everything will be done automatically. When I went to the US, I've been going to the US many times, and I think in South Africa, because South Africa is one of the advanced countries in Africa, I was even wondering, how can we be having a car which can drive itself? You just tell it, do this, and it does that. I was wondering, because I was coming from Africa. So when you come back to Africa and tell some people that there are even airplanes which do not have pilots, they will just tell you that that's a lie. So if you tell somebody that Cryptex, you can make a lot of money, you can make billions of dollars in just 5 years, then somebody can tell you, shame on you. But my dear friends, this is a time to believe, because everything is all about technology. There's one thing I don't want to forget. Go and note somewhere, or right now note somewhere, and go and learn about what we call flash loans. Flash, the word flash, and then put loans. You know, people don't understand that the system of centralized finance is phasing out. And everything we talk about in centralized finance
Leadership, we lost you. We cannot hear you, sir.
He is muted. I think somebody muted me.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm going to take some of your time, because I want you to understand the concept. And that's really what we need to understand. I was talking about centralized finance and decentralized finance. And I said briefly that decentralized finance is the kind of system whereby everything is done automatically. And every possibility, you can make money when you are sleeping. And that's why they tell you, if you can't make money when you're sleeping, you die poor. Because the system is moving day and night. It has never slept. So in the old system of banking, which is called CFI, this has been run by human. And when you talk about human, the world is now getting rid of human, because you might be employed in a bank. They tell you to come at 7, you come at 9. So when you come late, you are making the whole system to get confused. And that's why you see now we have robots in the hotels. We are being replaced by different equipments which are sophisticated. Now, what am I talking about? I told you talk about flash loans. You go to YouTube and get videos and learn about flash loans. In the old system of banking, you can see that when you go for a loan in a bank, they'll tell you to give your business plan, sureties. What you have to put there is probably collateral, and so on and so forth. A lot of information. But in recent technology, you don't need all that. In the system of blockchain, we use flash loans. Flash loans can act as security. Flash loans can do what we call arbitrage. Flash loans can, they are instant. Flash loans can do everything in the system of blockchain. So when you are into this business, just put your focus and understand how the blockchain works and how it does its responsibilities. You need to tell your people that when we talk about old system of banking, we are talking about a specific place whereby they put an institution and people go in maybe after 1 hour to go and open accounts. But the blockchain is worldwide. People can use the blockchain at any time, but you cannot use a bank at any time. People who enter into a bank in a particular day, they are very few compared to people who use a blockchain. When you are using services of the blockchain, they are cheaper and very fast. So as we are talking now, let's say that some people somewhere in America, in Latin America, people are doing subscription on blockchain. They might be subscribing with only $2 as fees. But when you go to the bank, you talk about millions. Then if we take maybe 20 million people a night, they have subscribed on blockchain, and they have got, the system has charged them a fee of $2. That's a lot of money. So this is what people don't understand. So when you are talking about Cryptex, you need to understand first that Cryptex is a validator. What do we mean by a validator? That Cryptex does everything to ensure that all transactions which go through the blockchain have been checked and have been authorized that they are right transactions. And at the end of this, Cryptex is awarded a fee that we share with it every day. So you need to understand that our system is perfect and accurate because it's on the blockchain, and you can authenticate it on the blockchain. I'll send Frola a video that she'll share with you, which talks about how you can understand that Cryptex is real and it's not fake. Another thing that I need to share with you, I know that my dog is stubborn, sorry. I just need you to understand that we used to do projects. There are projects that always we made, we were running in previous years. They were always telling us that when you are making a withdrawal, there has to be a maximum cap. For example, you get bonuses for 2,000, but they'll tell you in a day you can transact only 1,000. You know why? It's because that system is not real. They want you to leave some amount of money into the system because they are using your money to make money to pay others. All right? And that's why they tell you the money to remain there. But look at Cryptex. They tell you that the minimum amount of withdrawal is 100. But still, even if it's less, you can transact internally and correct everything with your friends or colleagues and pay it out. So that means that the system does not depend on your money. If I had a lot of time, I could share with you and show you many, many things on how you can understand how this project is good, and you should not miss it. Number two, just look at many of the projects we did previously. When you see that the system has gone for maintenance, expect two things. It might not come back. And if it comes back, it does not last for even 6 months. But I have been here for 3 years now. Whatever Cryptex has promised, it has ever fulfilled it. I've never missed anything. Just probably the time when it was in maintenance, but these guys were doing the good for us because they changed the domain, but still everything remained working as it is. And nothing has been changed. And if they are doing any changes, they will notify us and they will do it perfectly for the sake of the members. But what should you understand? That here in Cryptex, there are things that you need to understand if you want to make money. If you want to make your life change, this is what I have to tell you. The moment when you get this opportunity, don't wait for the contracts to mature. If we talk about fortune, fortune does not depend on your own energy. And that's why they say earning 100% of yourself and earning 100% of 100 people is something very different. That you may say, I'm not going to market this product because I don't understand it. I'm not sure of it. But remember, you buy contracts. And when you buy those contracts, what does it mean? That will be your own efforts. So you are going to make money, and that money, the contracts will mature, and after that, you'll get the money. But that money you get will depend on how you spend it. You might get $100 million, and you spend them in a year. There are people who know how to spend. They even leave their homes and stay in hotels. And even sometimes that money they get, it makes them crazy and they die. But my mentor always told me, money should be like water on the tap. You should not even feel that money is getting over into your system of life. And that's why you see other people are making money. And when you tell them that you have to pay 100 million to go to the moon, they'll just feel that they're paying peanut. People who have money don't think of how money is being spent. They feel that money is part of their life. So how do you make money how do you make money to be part of your life in Cryptex? The secret is build a team. Let's go to bonus number 3. Bonus number 3, if you remember on the compensation plan, you are required to bring 100 people, but you are not bounded to bring more. If you have the energy, bring even 500 people direct on you. Don't give out your directs because it's going to cost you in the future. I am here, I'm testifying, and I'm telling you what you might face. Some of you may think that getting 100 directs is very easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. The people who made this project tested everything, and they knew that we Africans, we all wake up and just say, I'm a top leader. But if you test yourself on how you can make 100 people direct on you, it can take you even 3 years. It can take you 3 years, even more, even finishing your contracts when you have not finished those 100 people. But if you have the guts, if you organize yourselves and make 100 people into your system, the directs, and these directs make sure that you and your team, the 100 people, you build that 1,000 team, you have made your journey now. You have become a leader. Now what happens? These 100 people who have made their 1,000, it means that every day they will be duplicating. I sat down and I thought, why did these people think about this? They were favoring us because when you bring these 100 people, you might find that only 20 people are working. But these 20 people who are working, they can take you to thousands of people. The team might multiply to 10,000, 20,000. And whenever the team grows, that means you are multiplying your riches in Cryptex. Because if your team can do well and you are really motivating them, you find that every month, there is a possibility of making even $10,000. There is a day you wake up and look at the system and you say, is this my money? And honestly, you cash it out. 10,000, 5,000, 3,000. Just imagine the life in Africa. You wake up, at least you have $2,000. The next day you have that. So everybody should sit down and think on how to at least build a team of 1,000. Every person. You can become a leader, level 1, leader, level 2. It will depend on your team how it grows. And that's very easy. That's very important. Now, let me give you a summary that you didn't know. For example, if you have 100 people, 100 downlines direct on you for 3 years, that means these directs, if they finish the business in 1 day, probably you joined today and you joined all the 100 tomorrow. The day they are going to finish their contract, that means each person will give you $2,800 times 100. That's level 1. Level 2, if you have probably 4,000 level 2 members, that means that's almost $1,800 or $1,700. And you are paid on 20 levels. The last level into the system pays you 1%. That is $300 per person. So if you have 100,000 people, but the good thing, remember, all these people do not finish their contracts in the same day. That means you now remember what I told you when I was talking about that money should be like water opened up on the tap. Probably you have not cashed out, you have cashed out your contracts and you have renewed more. Now, these downlines you have start finishing their contracts. When they finish their contracts, tomorrow, maybe 20, the next day, 30, you find that you get the money, which has been the 8%, the 5%, the 4%, you get it. But if you have a team of 100,000, what does that mean? You can make a full year getting money. But remember, whoever tests Cryptex, it means that this person will again put new contracts. You get the fast start bonus again. You get the 5% again. Because if that person came in with one contract at first to test, he'll come with 20. You look at how you make money. So Cryptex is very sweet. Just sit down, understand the concept, understand the compensation plan. And one thing you have to do, be patient and focused. Be patient and focused. Because if you not be patient and focused, you lose direction. You lose direction. Another thing that I want to alert you, that when you have many downlines on your direct, it gives you a wide range to know whom you should assist to make you move. Because whenever you assist your downlines, that means that each person who is direct on you, you can earn at first at 10 levels. That is 30, 5, 5, 5, 4, up to 10 levels. But at the end of the contract, again, you enjoy. Just tell me which project has ever done that to us. I've made young boys in Tanzania, 29 years. They were just excited. But sometimes when they're excited, I tell them, no, that's not the end. Don't think that buying cars and building houses, that's how you should move. Because that's their need. But we also give them what we call the financial literacy, so that they cannot be overwhelmed with money. Because even holding huge amounts of money is very, very important. You can earn money and get so much excited and you die. So be prepared to have to earn big lumps of money, but you should also learn how to handle that money. There are times life is very difficult. You feel like giving up. Don't give up. Motivate each other. There is a day you are going to rejoice. I would love to talk a lot, but probably let me have a few questions from you, and then you can go on with your training, because I don't want to consume all the time, because for me, I can speak for the whole day. So thank you very much. Let me hear from the team.
Wow. Wow, leadership. We are speechless. I believe everybody in this room is feeling the same way. I'm even emotional. But we thank you very much, sir, for your time. Thank you very much for inspiring us. Indeed, you have ignited something within us as a community in Cryptex, and reminded us that we should keep on going, because there is a bright future in this project. Thank you very, very much. I would like to allow few members to ask questions. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have questions, please be quick, ask questions so that we allow our leader to rest. Let us ask questions, please. Raise your hand, ask a question.
Leader, we are having a hand. I don't know whether it's MM.
Yes, Leadership Max. Yes, you can ask your question, madam.
Good evening, sir, our guest. I missed his name. I'm so sorry about that. But good evening to everybody as well. Thank you very much, leadership, for such an inspiring information. We've actually wanted this from our own African, our own brother in Africa. We've been hearing these testimonies from the other countries, Europe, Asia, and all the other continents, but we are so excited to hear it right from our own brother, confirming, saying that Cryptex is real. Cryptex is something to be built. So we thank you very much, my brother. My question is, I don't know if this question is a stupid question, but I don't think there's a stupid question. I just want to know if you have achieved the leadership rank. That's question number one. And from your experience, our support system in Cryptex or in Bytnex now, it previously, before the website was changed, the support was a bit unreachable. So from your experience or from your knowledge, what are the plans of maybe making support much quicker and much supportive to the team. And lastly, my question is, any idea of any plans in strengthening the system, like maybe in securing the system, like putting things like authenticators on the system? Those are my 3 questions. And thank you very much, my leader. May God bless you.
Okay, let me start with authentication. We have been facing some issues that some of the leaders have taken advantage of their people and they transfer money from their accounts. These are so rampant everywhere. But still, in the system, we still have people who are really very new and they need our assistance. But some of these people, again, can come up shouting and whatever. So becoming, if you're a leader, you might find a lot of issues and you have to be ready for them. But as I'm learning about your names and we are going to be together most of the times, I need to teach you some things. Train your leaders to be honest to their people, because when you do that, you'll find that you gain a lot of trust, because you are like a father in the family. You need to make these people feel that you are there for them. And if you don't do that, that will be bad. But to answer the question, as we are moving on in Cryptex or Bytnex, this is going to be part of that. They are going to put the authentication. And I remember they discussed about it, and I thought that it would be done by now. But since the domain was changed, I think it brought some kind of setbacks in putting all this in place. Number 2, on the issue of the support, there are things that I need you to understand also. That despite the system being DeFi, because when we talk about DeFi, most of the people come up asking, why is it that if it's DeFi, this will be blah, blah. The system is DeFi, really, but also this system has a part of support which is done manually. It has to be independent, and it's independent. It is part of the system, but for the part of support, that is a separate one. It has to be checked all the time by the people who are checking the system. But the other system of the money, how it's running itself, that is automatic and nobody touches it. So this has been a problem. Remember, we are thousands, if not millions now. We are going into 1 million and something, the Cryptex members. That is huge amount of volume of information. Now, you might find somebody writes on support. You write 5 times a day. Let me give, for example, a case.